foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes,
Facts. Boots.
and other stuff.
In this week's issue, Ulysses Solomon Archer.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes. I'm your host, Zach, joined by the one Wonder Twin to the other Wonder Twin, Mike. I don't remember their names, do you? Yeah, I just put you on the spot.
The monkey was like Gleek or something, right?
Well, neither of us are the monkey. I figure we're just the two twins.
Yeah.
So-
Power of a bucket of ice.
Yeah, I feel like I'm that one. I'm the guy,
One of them always turned to something water.
and one of us always an animal of some sort.
Yeah. Perfect combination.
So
I'll be a lion. You be a bucket of water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We ought to be able to stop anybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a silverback gorilla, and I'll be a frozen puddle.
Sure.
Yeah,
Frozen puddle. And then we got this monkey.
Yeah, well, the monkey would Scooby Doo it and chase the villains over the.
Yeah, very much so. Right.
Gleek. It wasn't Justice League. It was the Justice Friends that they were a part of. Right.
Justice Super Friends.
Super Friends.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, I was like, some of these are bad.
Yeah.
Like at least I get to see Batman and Superman stuff, but some of these are bad.
I would so much take Dino Mutt and
Blue Falcon?
Blue Falcon over that.
All day.
Yeah.
I loved watching those guys. So today's is that Gleek?
There's Gleek.
Oh, Gleek. That's so funny.
Yeah, but they made him look terrible.
Well, he was the best part of the Wonder Twins, though.
Sure.
So just because he was a special monkey,
he is a special monkey.
Couldn't he? Could he do anything?
He could do monkey stuff.
Kind of like.
That's all I know.
Kind of like the monkey from Space Ghost. You remember the monkey in Space Ghost?
I do. It's Zan and Jaina.
Okay, then the Jaina to my Zan. I just kept that one because Zach. I'll
be
it.
Gleek.
Oh, okay, fine.
I don't care.
Then joined by the Gleek to my Zan from the Wonder Twins.
Yeah.
Mike. So last week we did something that I think Blip is the Space Ghost, right?
Yes, I think Blip is the Space Ghost.
So we covered just two villains or heroes. Did. Well, they were both villains last week, but they've only been around for like an issue or so, so I don't have enough to make a full episode about it, but they're definitely guys we need to talk about because I think it's hilarious. And we're doing the same this week. In the first one, we're going to focus on, I guess it's up to your flavor. Okay. Mike, do you feel like looking at a villain or a hero first?
Let's go with a hero first, and then we'll go to a villain.
Then let me tell you about a guy by the name of Doug Taggart.
Okay.
Right?
Good old Doug.
Doug Taggart, he is a part of, or he appears in some GLA comics. Now, GLA, if you don't know, for Marvel, this is a Marvel comic. But GLA is the Great Lake Avengers. Okay. Now, if you just watch
Great Lake Avengers.
Now, if you just watch the movies, and that's your Marvel knowledge, you only know one set of Avengers, and there are always one main Avengers.
Right.
But comics, they wrote series where they were more regionalized than two, where you had like the West Coast Avengers and you had like the Great Lakes Avengers. So it was superhero teams that fought, like covered an area.
Great Lake Avengers up by Michigan?
Yes.
Okay.
So we meet a man named Doug Taggart.
Sure.
Who works at
Go Doug Taggart
at Roxxon. As he's kind of security. Roxxon's the name of the corporation he works at.
Okay.
So he is like a security official there. He has a power suit that helps him jump.
Sure.
And fight and stuff.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm trying to pull up. There you go. There's a picture. I haven't told you who he is yet.
Right.
So I guess
when I look up Doug Taggart, I just get a bunch of regular people.
Yeah.
Right.
So
a lot of LinkedIn profiles.
What we know about Doug, though, we don't see him as work. We see him as his superhero, I guess, alter ego.
I'm sure he worked at a university.
the Grasshopper.
Oh, look at him go.
So Doug Taggart.
That is an intricate suit. I will say that.
Is the Grasshopper.
The Grasshopper. Huh.
Now,
if you just told me the superhero's name was the Grasshopper, I might be down for that.
Now, a little bit more about just the Grasshopper in general. He has the ability, obviously, to jump far distances because he is a grasshopper.
Sure.
He has telescopic eyes, so we can see.
Makes that all tracks so far. Sure.
And he has what he calls insectoid sensors.
Okay. Kind of like Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're kind
stuff.
of like a danger sense in a way. Yeah. The jumping ability is due to the large legs in the armor, the power suit he has.
He does have those almost like horse legs, like back horse legs.
And because of this, like the legs are the more powerful part of the suit. Like kicking with the legs.
Sure.
There's a lot of power behind this.
I would imagine.
So
does he spit like that tobacco looking stuff on people?
No. So we have Grasshopper now. What we know is he has just been fighting a little bit of crime.
Yeah.
Like he's just started to kind of become a superhero.
Okay.
And it's something he wants to do. I guess the security, he feels like he just wants to help protect where he's at.
You know, it can't be cheap building these suits.
No, not at all.
Okay.
But it's set up also just for a tad bit of the story to come back to. Since it is a Great Lake Avengers book, the rest of the issue that the first issue that we see him in, the Great Lake Avengers, you're trying to find more members, and nobody wants to join.
Okay.
So they're having a hard time finding new members.
Right.
So that's the backstory for when they come in contact with Grasshopper. Grasshopper is on his own.
Okay.
And he's kind of just scouring the city looking for bad guys to come in and stop.
Sure.
We do kind of get to learn a little more about him, though. I mean, Doug has a crush on a fellow employee at Roxxon named Cindy Shelton. Right? And Cindy is in love with Grasshopper.
Oh.
But doesn't know that Grasshopper is Doug.
This is an amalgamation of like 14 different superhero stories.
It is. But so, I mean, Doug Taggart, trying to figure out like how he can get the woman he loves, who loves him but doesn't know it's him, kind of thing.
Sure, right.
He's gonna try to become a crime fighter. Like he wants to help people out. He comes across Batrock's Brigade.
Batrock's Brigade.
That's what the group of villains is called. Batrock is the guy. He wears like purple and orange, and he has like the little, D'Artagnan facial hair, or the little, like the Spaniard, the thing down, like the conquistador, like the thing down.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight a windmill, kind of beard.
And so why he's there to stop the bad guys, since they're committing a crime, the Great Lake Initiative, or the Great Lake Avengers still, come to assist him.
Okay.
And while the two are fighting, the Great Lake Avengers are like so stoked with how good Grasshopper is.
All right.
And they're like, hey, we have finally found our another member for us.
Right, our next member.
Yeah.
Sure.
So they're still like, they're having this talk about, hey, do you want to join us? Like things like that. When Doorman, who is a part of Doorman.
All right.
Now he is the Herald of Oblivion and a member of the Great Lake Avengers. Doorman can basically, his power is that it's like teleportation in a way.
Okay.
By pressing himself against a solid surface, people and things can pass through him to the other side of the surface.
Oh my.
So he can be used as a door. Like he can walk up to the door, stand against it. People can walk through him through the door.
Yeah.
That's why he's Doorman.
Sure.
So
not to be confused with Doggy Doorman.
Yeah. So Doorman
Much
asks
smaller guy.
Grasshopper, hey, do you want to be a member of the Great Lake Avengers? And Grasshopper says, oh, hell yeah. Like for sure. And they shake hands on it. While they're shaking hands, one of the bad guys, whose name is Zarin. He's a master of all weapons.
Watch out, Zarin.
Yeah. He throws a sigh at Doorman. Like he's trying to catch him while he's making, while he's distracted because he's,
all right.
Hey, Grasshopper, do you want to be a part of the GLA? Yeah, I do. And the two are shaking hands. Baddie sees it, throws a sigh at him.
Okay.
Which, if you don't know, the sigh is like, think of the Ninja Turtles. What Raphael has, that's a sigh.
Yeah.
So he spins it and he's throwing it at Doorman. Doorman sees it. Or no, I'm sorry. He throws it at Doorman. I explained to you what Doorman does, obviously. Like he's up against the wall and you can use him through a door.
Right.
The sigh passes through Doorman and hits Grasshopper straight in the head.
Oh.
Dead.
Kills Grasshopper.
Grasshopper has the shortest membership of any superhero team.
Poor guy.
As he was part of the Great League Avengers for 5.83 seconds.
Oh no. Oh, poor guy. I feel bad for him.
Do you? Yeah, that's the thing too, is like I started reading about Grasshopper.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh, he lasts, so short. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. So let me see funny. But they make you care. Like he really cares. And he talks about
And then
it's just like
dead.
Boom.
Huh.
It's very much like a Deadpool kind of thing.
Yeah.
Also, the character, like Doug Taggart is dead, but the Grasshopper mantle has been brought back.
Oh.
And it's the same. It's the same bit for all of it. Grasshoppers usually die, like their lifespan in the comics are super short.
Oh, that's
so
fantastic.
that's why.
I love that.
It's replaced by somebody else, but he still finds odd and just very quick ways to die.
Yeah.
So I thought Grasshopper would be up your alley, and we have Grasshopper and Doug Taggart. Well, no more, but so that is our hero.
Wow. Poor Grasshopper. I feel bad for him.
Do you?
I do. Yeah. I mean, he was trying to be a good guy.
I think it's funny. He was. I think it's funny the way he does those.
Oh,
because
I think that's great.
The human portal just, the side just passes through him.
Just right.
So he has his back, doesn't even see it, and then all of a sudden just
boom, done.
Right after. Yeah.
Oh.
If we get to our villain, Mike, I'm going to have to, I guess, spell this one because I'm going to say it one way.
Okay.
And it's going to sound obviously like one thing, but
Locust Man.
His name is I, like your eyeball, or EYE dash Scream.
Scream.
I-Scream.
Nice.
Is his name.
Wonderful.
I-Scream is a mutant that can do exactly what you think he can do.
Sure.
I mean, well, you say that the name isn't written like this.
Wait. He does exactly what I think he can do.
What do you think what do you think his power is, Mike?
I think he can melt.
It's close. He can turn himself into ice cream.
Oh.
So, that is his power. He is a mutant who can turn himself into any flavor of ice cream.
He is worse than the Wonder Twins.
Yes.
Wow. Where would that be useful?
I don't know. Obviously, the story that we see him in.
And why is it spelt this way then?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yikes.
This is a Alan Cooperberg creation, and it appeared once in 1983. But yeah, you can see him turning himself into ice cream to sneak into the X-Men mansion.
Yeah, this little thing I wandered across here. It says, "What a charm stroke of luck! That hobo set off all sorts of alarms. That'll distract the X-Men long enough." And his left leg is turning into some sort of tutti frutti.
Yes.
Wow.
So
what a guy!
Basically, I-Scream is just perturbed that as a mutant, all he got was to be able to turn himself into ice cream, while the X-Men are the freaking X-Men.
Uh-huh.
So he decides that he's going to...
He's got to be so sticky.
He's going to invade... Yeah, he's going to invade...
the X-Men village.
The X-Men mansion.
Yeah.
While this is going on, though, Kitty Pryde is having a birthday party.
Sure.
Because I did say this was 2, but it's kind of a 3-fer.
God, I hope he gets eaten.
Just because he doesn't. It's kind of a 3-fer just because there's somebody else that I have to bring up for this story.
Okay.
Kitty Pryde is having a birthday party. And Marvel at the time, here in like the early 80s, you know how they always kind of had like side books of stuff?
Sure.
So there was another one, I think it was called like Crazy Magazine or something, like it was under Marvel, but it was an offshoot.
Right.
and this is like a cross, like they try to do crossovers to promote one of the other ones.
Yeah.
But one of our Kitty Pryde's favorite characters from those books was Obnoxo the Clown.
Oh my God, I was just looking at that name. Yes.
So Obnoxo the Clown.
Obnoxio.
Is...
He comes for the birthday party?
He comes for the, like, Professor X.
Oh, man. Come on.
Yeah, is like, all right, come, that's Kitty Pryde's favorite character.
That is great.
I'm going to hire him for her birthday. The beauty of this, and I pulled up the Marvel database just so I could read this to you about Obnoxo, because this backstory is great. Obnoxo was born to two unrevealed parents. His father walked away before he was born, and mother quickly abandoned him by locking him inside a chest and dropping him in a frozen lake. He went to live with his aunt in Kansas alongside his cousin Dorothy and her dog Toto, whom Obnoxo grew to despise. During his infancy, he began to develop his clown look, which would remain unchanged throughout his life.
Wait. During his infancy.
During a big storm, Obnoxo left and never saw his family again. He briefly worked as a Nebraska senator before they discover he lied about his age.
Wait a minute. He got it. Why? Hang on. He was working on being a clown when he was an infant.
And then he decided to be a senator.
And then he's a senator. Yeah.
But they found out he lied about his age. He enrolled in clown.
That's the thing. That's the thing that gets him.
Not that he was
age.
Yeah. He enrolled.
Not the fact that I'm looking at a picture of him, not the fact that his toes are hanging out of his giant clown shoe.
Nope, it's the fact that he was too young to be a senator.
Wow.
He enrolled in clown school.
Sure.
But finished bottom of his class.
Is that how you work? Is that how it works? You enroll in
clown
school?
That's how he didn't get tenure, apparently. And finished bottom of his class. He began working odd jobs, including a doorman for a homeless shelter.
Oh, okay. What?
A doorman at a homeless shelter.
Hang on.
See, this is the only reason I included the Obnoxo part in here too, is just so I could read this backstory.
He apparently stinks. He's got a lot of flies around him.
He does.
Okay.
He having nothing to his name, he considered ending it all until approached by Stan Lee, who offered him a job working for Marvel on Crazy Magazine. That's what it was, not Crazy Comics, Crazy Magazine.
Okay.
During this time, he also ran for president of the United States on a platform that included a fat tax and making all the unemployed run for office to give a job of doing nothing.
He's a fat guy, though.
Yeah. So, Obnoxo here is invited to the party for Kitty Pryde's birthday.
Sure.
When he shows up at the mansion... I
almost forgot there was a story.
Yeah.
But
when he shows up at the mansion, the cameras and everything, the alarms get sounded off just because they don't know who he is and they think he's an intruder.
Okay.
Professor X forgot to tell everybody that they invited him.
Whoops. Sorry, guys.
Eye-Scream, like all the alarms and everything, and somehow Eye-Scream, like trying to break into the mansion. You know that little helmet that Professor X wears? Yeah. In the process of it knocks Professor X out. So he can't tell them that Obnoxo's there for the birthday. So basically through everything, somehow they get into the danger room, which, is the training facility kind of thing. Yeah. But all the X-Men try to fight Obnoxo, and he's able to hold his own.
Oh, wow.
Through this whole process, though, they finally figure, Professor X finally wakes up to let them know, hey,
I invited
this
guy.
Yeah, he's here for the birthday. Yeah. The guy that we need to worry about is the guy who can turn himself into ice cream. But all they do, Mike, to get rid of him is they turn down the temperature in the
to freezing?
Yes. They freeze him.
Here's what I don't understand, right? If I were going to fight this guy, I think I would turn the heat up. Instead,
they froze him.
You froze him. Okay. All right.
And they basically,
they know what they're doing.
Obnoxo decorates him as like an ice cream sundae. And then the X-Men ask Obnoxo, hey, you can join us if you want to. And he's like, no, I'm good. Thanks. Like y'all just try to kill me for no reason. Yeah.
So I am looking at some of these crazy magazine covers that you talked about, and he does show up quite a bit on the cover of this thing.
Yeah, he's kind of like I think
he's their Alfred E. Newman.
Yes,
basically.
Thank you. I could not remember his name. I was going to say the Mad Magazine guy,
because this is very much Stan Lee tried to start his own Mad/Cracked/ National Lampoon, whatever.
Yep.
Huh. It even looks like he's got kind of the same artist.
He does. Like a lot of the crazy look like.
Yeah, this was a time for these realistic cartoony artists to really go nuts.
Mm-hmm. And for some reason, like,
your crazy crew fumbles Richard Nixon.
What is that? Like, were they carrying him?
I don't know. They dropped the ball on mooses through history.
Oh, so is this all football themed, I guess?
And they slide into the Valley of the Jolly Green Giant. That
kind of sound. Is that his butt crack?
This month's Tangled TV hit, Crazy Gets Shafted. That's how old this is. They were taking on Shaft.
Yeah, is that supposed to be Shaft on the cover?
Yeah, that's Shaft. Okay, so you've got Shaft, you've got Columbo.
Oh, I see him down there.
I don't know who that guy is. I don't really know who. Oh, that's McCloud. Wow, this is a real time capsule right here, man.
Yeah, it is.
They started Crazy with this dude, this little dude in a cape. He seemed like looks like a little, that guy. Huh. He's always trying to blow stuff up, apparently.
Oh, so he's like one of the spy versus spies.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. This is just a straight-ass ripoff of Mad and Cracked.
So there you go. Crazy, straight-ass ripoff of Mad Magazine, but it did give us Obnoxo the Clown, and then in a way gave us, from Westworld.
Yeah, Westworld.
Yul Brynner, right?
Who's new in Nixon land?
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
But it wasn't that, that's Yul Brynner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Boy, have we got some takeoffs for you. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
They bushwhacked Starlost, whatever that is.
Don't know what that means either.
Wow. It's
funny. Yul Brynner is in one of my favorite hip-hop lyrics of all time, actually.
Is that the Gorillas?
No, it's from Jurassic 5.
Oh, okay.
Where he says, killing the firstborn of lyrical Yul Brynners.
Oh.
Because it's a reference because he plays Pharaoh in the
I guess so. That's
Ten Commandments.
Wow.
So there you go. Now you got to see Yul Brynner mentioned in a high-profile rap song. Zach Burke, 0. But I'm working on it. So anybody out there...
We should start saying this about our podcast. We are magical mirth to mangle your mind.
If you can remember that, because I'm not going to be able to.
Magical mirth to mangle your mind. That's us.
So this week, I realized that we didn't have somebody that had a penis gun.
Yeah.
But I did bring you a guy who could turn into ice cream.
Yeah. No, this is the next best thing. Yeah.
A clown that was a Nebraska senator.
Yeah.
And a grasshopper with just some untimely luck. I did introduce you to Crazy Magazine then too.
No,
kind of looks like Elmer Fudd.
He does.
Playing the violin there.
It's a little dude.
I don't know.
Anyway, he gets replaced with Obnoxo the Clown.
Yep. So there you go. And then Crazy was a ripoff.
Yeah,
Marvel ripoff.
Now I just want to go down this Crazy Magazine hole here.
Well, there you go. I gave you something to do for the next couple weeks.
Did you read Mad and Cracked?
Here's what's funny. For Cracked, it was a little past my time. I've read Cracked as a website.
Yes.
Because they still, obviously, they quit production.
Yeah, it's really odd, the website now compared to the magazine.
Yes.
Because, like, Cracked now is almost like it's got real things in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's what I know Cracked as is kind of like a, I don't want to say a better BuzzFeed. But
it kind of is, yeah.
It kind of is.
A lot of
there's not quizzes or anything, but there's a lot of different articles of just like,
top 10 things to do with your feet or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. They're more like pop culture related and stuff but it's still like, it's an interesting website, but that was
it is BuzzFeed though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that's all I really know about Cracked. Mad Magazine, I know more of. My dad had, I feel like, an old issue or two that I would look through when I was a kid.
Right.
And then obviously they did the Mad TV stand-up show.
That was a whole different thing.
Yeah, no, that was a whole different thing. The only reason I brought that up is because, remember, they still did animated shorts in the issue for Spy vs. Spy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I enjoyed those. I wasn't necessarily a fan of the Mad TV sketch comedy. Like I always preferred Saturday Night Live a little bit more.
Mad was like scraping the bottom of the barrel a lot.
I mean, they found a lot of great talent in there that they used because like Key and Peele were both there, but then you have guys like Will Sasso, Bobby Lee was a part of it. I'm trying to think. There's somebody else in there too.
So this is a real time capsule right here. This is an issue of Crazy. Whoops, just about lost it here. It's an issue of Crazy. Apparently during the gas shortage. Jimmy Carter is wiping off
Woody Allen?
Woody Allen's glasses.
Oh, wait, I can see it from there.
And then behind him is Mork from Mork.
So Robin Williams is Mork.
Sure. And then behind him is Penny Marshall as Laverne.
And
then behind him is Sylvester Stallone as Rocky 2. It says 2 on his chest.
Oh.
So this is you could literally get within like maybe 6 months to a year of when
that one came out.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, doesn't it also say it on the corner there too?
It doesn't. Well, it says November number 56.
Oh, okay.
It says. It doesn't say what year.
That is funny though.
That's crazy though, right?
Yeah, that is kind of like a time capsule there.
It is very much so.
But
there's a red flag on the gas pump.
Why?
Because it's giving off red flags.
Oh,
I guess. I don't know.
It's fair enough.
Well, we were out of gas at one point.
Oh.
That was a thing where we all had to wait in line for gas.
Do you remember that?
Just barely, but yeah, I do.
I'm sorry. I feel like that kind of sounded like a dick thing to say.
No,
I didn't mean that.
No. I didn't take it that way.
Okay.
I do kind of remember that.
It's just that's a little bit before my time. There's certain things I can't remember.
Sure. I remember
the gas shortages just weren't one of them.
Yeah, I understand.
But
all right, I got to go collect my Social Security check now.
Hey, if you leave within the next hour, you should be able to make it to Golden Corral for the early bird special.
Sure. I love that gravy fountain.
Oh, well, that's okay. Here, hit that one real quick because that one kind of took
cracked.
me back.
Yeah.
Oh, that one is cracked?
This is cracked, but it's WWF versus WCW.
Yeah, so that's at least still in my time. So they were still making a magazine while I was.
They were cutting their arms off.
That's funny.
Dynamite. Baseball bats.
Yeah,
see, there's their guy. So Cracked had their own guy that had this blonde hair, and he was an idiot. But he was just like Alfred E. Newman. Same thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
This has turned into a whole different show.
It has, where we've gone down. But, I got to see wrestling, which, by the way, hold on. Is that
It says Penthouse, not Penthouse.
Explosive issue.
10 foolproof ways to skip detention. Wow.
But it's like a prison. He's in prison.
Yeah.
I saw that I was going to make a connection to, the cover there was WWE versus WCW. We've talked about it before. I'm a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
But I came across issues of a 1991, 92 Marvel comic. I think we've talked about this. That was a 12-issue WCW comic.
Oh, wow.
That Marvel made that I think I'm going to try to find and read because I have a feeling it's going to be awful.
Yeah.
So I might do that one
here
in the
about
future.
That one. That'd be cool.
Maybe that's what I'll work on then for the future. But
yeah, that'd be great.
For today, I just leave you with Obnoxo the Clown. Eye-Scream, not ice cream. The villain that was defeated by a thermostat, and then the Grasshopper who just had terrible timing.
Yeah, poor guy.
Poor guy. So that was this week's episode of Bros, Foes, and Heroes.
Hey, these were fun, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, these two were very fun. I mean, we did the one last week, and then we did this one that are just little short things.
Yeah,
about
just little short
characters.
Keep it a little lighthearted, and then I can do a deeper dive at times. But sometimes in looking at all of these or just reading through things, like I come across characters that I think are funny, but like I just don't know how else to bring them in than doing like this.
Yeah.
Like I don't know when else we'd get around to the Grasshopper. And so it's easier for me to bring up him now than do it. So
I love how that led to Obnoxo.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
great.
So,
or Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
I guess, whatever.
But so we'll.
Wait, what was his name?
Eye-Scream.
Eye-Scream. Yeah. Okay.
There's nothing to do with an eye in there.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
So we'll do these periodically from time to time to help me get some of these, more little known heroes and villains, which are shorter stories in there. You can follow us on Instagram, Bros, Foes, Heroes. Also, feel free to email us at brosfoesandheroes brosfoesandheroes@gmail.com.
Sure.
As always, we appreciate you tuning in, giving us a listen. If you would like to let us know that you do really like us, feel free to email us, or you can give us a like and subscribe wherever you are.
5 stars, please.
That would be awesome of you, and we would appreciate it very much.
Yep.
I might even appreciate it more than Mike does. I'm not trying to make this a contest, but if you're like, I think they both appreciate it, but I feel like Zach appreciates this more, you can even go ahead and assume that. That's fine.
I think you're probably onto something.
Yeah. Well, there you go. But as always, we appreciate you tuning in and taking some time out to listen to us just ramble on about nonsense. And hopefully it was a fun ride this week. Until next time, stay safe.
I'm supposed to say golly con, but I feel like I need to say like Grasshopper or
you can if you want to.
Ice Cream Boy or whatever.
Whatever you want to.
I'm Naxo the Clown.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.